It's the Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine podcast, and I'm Janet Blair. Each week, I sit down with one of my girlfriends, whether it be
Teresa, Natalie, Carrie, Kristen, Tara, Stephanie.
We talk about whatever.
We completely restore this trailer,
fry people's faces off as a bad Mexican.
I don't understand the competition that goes on between women.
Two girls and a bottle of wine. Over a glass of wine, bottle of wine, or sometimes a couple bottles of wine. Join in on Facebook at facebook.com/2girlsandabottle-of-wine. Don't miss us.
Thanks for coming. And I'm sorry, I know a round table's weird, but I'm really glad that you guys are into it.
This is actually a long table instead of round.
True.
But
very true.
Doc you on that. Cool. I saw the movie on Monday. It was so funny. I loved it. And there are so many different actors and talent in this film. What is that like to have them on this project that you
So surreal, so weird. It was just weird for me to be making a movie. This is my first movie. And to be I was having trouble pretending it was normal. Tilda Swinton's let's walk together. And we're walking from our trailers to set and paparazzi. And I'm just it was just totally surreal.
Yeah.
And I just kept things very small in my mind so I wouldn't be overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation. I just was I feel so comfortable on my TV show. And I think also having, the people I'm closest to around just keeps me grounded. You can't put up a front if your sister's there telling you you're a dumb bitch. So, I'll never get too big for my britches. But I was okay, Method Man's here today, and we've got Vanessa Bayer. It was awesome, and the people that they all said yes was just completely crazy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And Bill Hader played your love interest.
I'm so lucky.
You guys had so much good chemistry between you two.
Thank you. Yeah, we hit it off crazy. Him and the three of us, my sister and he looks weirdly like our brother, and there was just such a fun familial vibe, just trashing each other and playing jokes and that kind of shit. It was the best. I really lucked out. Huh?
It was kissing your brother then?
No, it wasn't. No, I wasn't oh my God, I can't believe we did that. It was you're in the scene, you're in the moment. It was, but
that's cool.
It was, I feel very, very lucky because he was really sweet about it being my first movie. He wasn't he's really patient, but without being patronizing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
My second question is, obviously, it's Trainwreck. You had a lot of train wrecks in the film. Are any of those, playing off of stuff that's happened in real life? Or?
Oh, hell yeah. Totally. That scene where, I'm high and get caught, by my boyfriend is, 100% from real life. I didn't cheat on him, but I got caught, talking to somebody else. Yeah. And I was can I just leave? There's a lot that's really close to home in this movie. Mm-hmm. And then some parts that are, super embellished or complete fantasy, obviously.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
I'll go.
All right.
So you wrote the story. Mm-hmm. When did you write it, and what inspired the story?
I wrote it 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I was falling in love with someone, and I was really scared and was noticing that I wasn't enjoying it. And just because of how scared I was. And, everything was a red flag. And so I just wrote it while it was happening. So it could be a really true, honest, what it's really like to fall in love versus I think what we see a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what inspired it. And just things I was learning about myself at the time. And I was I thought these things were really cool and fun, but they are a defense mechanism.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's a personal ass story.
And then Muscle Man or Nerdy Doctor? What's your ideal guy?
Oh, definitely not Muscle Man. I like a nerd.
Smart guy.
A confident nerd. Mm-hmm. Is that a thing?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'll look for that guy. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard that was the hardest thing, to think about who would be the right guy for this girl, for me. Right. That would be good, healthy, nice.
Isn't that our life? That's our conflict.
It was hard. I just was blank page. I don't know. So yeah, kind of, that's what I'm projecting. But I'm flypaper to narcissist, so. Right. Yeah.
Right, so, obviously you're not new to writing at all. You do stand-up, you've got your TV show. How was it different taking that and turning it into a feature?
It was really, I would say stand-up is completely its own thing. And, yeah, like the way that you kind of craft a joke or figure it out on stage. Because I know there are jokes in the movie, but I don't like when you can, like, see the writing on the screen. Yeah, even if it's a great joke, you can picture the writer, like, celebrating themselves. So, writing the TV show, it really is just like 3-4 page scenes. Mm-hmm. So I tried to, make it like, it's just like the TV show, but you're playing the same character. But, cause some of the scenes would be like 11 pages and Judd's like, in what world is this happening? So I was learning how to write a movie while I was writing it. So kind of half reading the screenwriting book and it was just like to write a whole narrative. It was very different.
I've heard people say it's kind of like math and that you have to hit a lot of certain points to make it flesh out a lot.
Yeah, that was kind of the gross part to me, and that's what the book was saying. Like, by page 30, we need to, but that stuff is also really helpful. Because at first, I think we didn't even meet Bill till like page 60. It was like, what are you doing? Like, people are going to be like, who's this guy? Where's he been? So, yeah, Judd was very helpful with the rules and with formula and also no one taught me how to write. So I got final draft when I got a TV show. And so in a script, I would like write numbers. If it was like, she's 2 years old. He's like, you have to write the word. Like, he was just teaching me how to like write a script. So, yeah.
Definitely a process. And then the other thing, in that screening on Monday night, there's just gales of laughter throughout. But I think when it finally comes to that dance scene at the end is the one that walking out, I remember, like, how must that have been just, like, so hard to get the choreography, but then not quite. I was wondering if you could take us a little bit through the experience of doing
Totally. But don't spoil that in the writing about it. When we cast the dancers, the cheerleaders, we used a lot of the Nick City dancers and some of the Nets dancers, and they auditioned, and it was like, I don't know if you've ever danced or been in a dance audition. I hadn't, but it's like the choreographer comes in and is like, okay, so it's walk, 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 hit, ba, 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 and so they're all like, okay, and then they play the music and they're all doing it, and I'm, blown away. So to learn that routine was just under 3 months. For me, under 3 months, every single weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, a couple hours, meeting with the dance teacher and her teaching me. So, but I still couldn't do it and look like them, but I got it to a point where I really had it. And then, so we did some takes where I just like nailed it. And then we did some where I messed up the whole time. And I think we found kind of like a balance, but it was really, really hard for me. And I like dancing like when I'm drunk at a party, but, yeah, like I've never had to do any of that before. So it was really hard. And, yeah, but to know it well enough to like think, oh, it might be, cause that was completely improvised. Like when I was going to mess up and stuff, it was just kind of feeling it out. And so, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Knowing it well enough to know when to veer away from it.
Yeah.
And to be.
And I think that scene was Judd's idea. Like, I don't remember, because you know what? I pitched that I was just going to be like a mascot. Like, I would just come out and be like, team spirit. And he's like, no, I really dance. And I was like, but what about the mascot? People love a mascot. So, yeah.
It was so good.
Thanks.
I was smiling the whole time watching it. I was like,
where was the screening? Like, what was
in Cherry Creek. Yeah.
Oh, cool. It was like a real
theater.
Full screening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
We
cool.
screened a present and filled it with an audience.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's very fun. I was like laughing and crying. I think I peed a little. It was amazing.
All
those
all
reactions.
holes used. That's
Yes.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I have another question for you.
Yeah.
So I watched you on Ellen the other day.
Yeah.
And in the movie and like when you did the award show and stuff, you're always talking about your body and like making fun of yourself or whatever. But how do you empower yourself to like go up against everything because you're kind of thrown into it with now this movie. So
yeah, I think like I have a good sense of. I feel like it's like kind of pounded into our heads. Like we're all supposed to look like this, and this is right, and then everything else is wrong. And only like 2 people look like this, and they're not happy. Mm-hmm. So rather than me like be constantly like, oh, I shouldn't eat that, and I won't drink. I'm like, why don't I just enjoy my life and be healthy and be like, this is it. And then some days I wake up and I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, I'm a monster. And then, but most of the time I'm like, yeah. And I don't want to like lose a lot of weight. And then like a guy be like, oh, and I'm like, I have to keep that going on. So this is it. And that's what it's going to be. And so if they want like to cast the most beautiful girl in a movie, that's not me. But if they're like, yeah, rather than trying to be what other people want, I'm just trying to be what I want. Yeah. But I like but I'm also self-deprecating, like, because it's how I feel. It's like I'm, at the movie awards, like some people put up like our favorite outfits, and it's me next to Emily Ratajkowski from whatever Blurred Lines. Like we like both their dresses, and I'm just like, why? Like what? And even in the music video I made with Amber Rose, like they give us our outfits. I'm like, we're in the same outfit. Like I'm in the same outfit as Amber Rose. It's just like, fuck it. This is it.
Well, you looked really good. You always look really good.
Thank you.
I think you're so relatable and likable. So I think that will take you really far too.
Thank you. I hope so. Because it's like, people who are like, there's so much rage out there for women who like themselves. We have a scene on the TV show this season called I'm Sorry. And it's just about how, as women, we're all just like, we really are made to feel like, I'm sorry that I'm using oxygen. Like, I'm sorry, we start our sentences with I'm sorry. And so when we were realizing we were all guilty of that in the writer's room too, it's a lot of stuff we see in ourselves where, and even on set, it would be like, Judd, I would have a note. And at first, the first week, I was like, I'm sorry, I think, and then I was like, I was like, and then I went up and would just say, speak my piece. And so,
That's good.
Constant process of empowering yourself.
And I like the style on the film too. Like all the outfits are really cool.
Yeah. Lisa Evans was the costume designer. She did Clueless.
Wow.
I know. And now me. I was like, you did Clueless? Like that movie. I was like, how does anyone dress like this? Yeah, she was Bridesmaids, and she really helped me a lot, actually. We're starting a charity together called Style Fund, which will help teach girls how to dress for their body type and just work with local Salvation Armies to help girls how to dress. Because I don't know. And it's like, she told me clothes don't actually fit anyone. She said the only person she's worked with that like kind of would work on a mannequin is Rose Byrne, of everyone she's ever worked with. Everyone else you put, and you feel like something's wrong with my body that I don't fit. But it's like clothes aren't really made for us. So to have her teach me, like, this is what, you don't need to be like hiding things, just like accentuate the stuff. Like, it was really empowering. And instead of, because my sister and I do this, we'll both wear, we really dress down. And I think a lot of it is just the confidence to like, we kind of want to take ourselves out of the game. Like, well, I'm just going to wear like a garbage bag so no one can look at me and judge me. And then Lisa just, kind of empowered me to be like, no, like you deserve to feel pretty sometimes and dress up and show the parts of your body you like. And it was really good for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest lesson or memory that you're taking away from your first movie experience?
I would say it's something I kind of knew, but not totally till I was there. Just that it was so satisfying to make it because my sister was with me the whole time. And so, just like anything I've ever done, like a play or like a roast, having her with me and collaborating with her and having the movie be over and the two of us can just go and like sit in a room and be like, what do we just do? It